The suspects are Muyansaka Charles, doctor affiliated to Real Life, Mwesigwa Moses, Serunkuma Moses, and Rathum Patrick. They allegedly posed as members of the Special Contracts Committee and tried to defraud Farukan Ganran of $4.9 under the pretense of awarding him a government contract.
So I came here to make a deal, a big deal for AW. I'm manufacturing in Dubai. So I received invitation later and procurement order. In the procurement order is mentioning Uganda Energy Ministry, and later is officially look like correct. I mean, I couldn't find any fault in stamp, sign, writing, official writings. Then we spoke around 3 weeks. Yani everything was normal, everything was professional. Even one time I didn't suspicious until I came here. Then I planned to come to here. I applied my visa and I booked a ticket. And after 1 week, I came to Uganda to finalize the deal. After that, I was suspicious because their action was not correct to me. I mean, if you're professional, you cannot act like that. You cannot wait me like that. And we can, for example, we will meet on Monday, and he put it on Tuesday, and he said at first, before we come here, we will meet in parliamentary buildings. Then they said to me, we will meet another building, not a government. Anyway, I came here and I asked my friend to help me. Thank you for him, because he introduced me some person here, Mr. Henry. And I asked him, this document is scam or not? He said, this document is scam and we want to help you.
They were arrested yesterday in Kampala by security operatives and the State House and Corruption Unit.
Discussion is these fraudulent schemes by nationals against foreign nationals who purport to offer them lucrative government contracts which don't exist. The fraudsters behind these schemes purport to be acting on behalf of government ministries, departments or agencies, and in most cases they front themselves as members of a special contracts committee. So they will, for example, and the entities they always use is Parliament. So you will hear of a special contracts committee of Parliament. They've also used the ruling party. They have said the NRM Special Contracts Committee. They have also said other instances they have presented themselves as the NRM Presidential Initiative Projects Special Contracts Committee. So always they attribute themselves as the Special Contracts Committee of sorts. And they have not even been ashamed to purport to act as a Special Contracts Committee of the Office of the President. We think this is of concern. These are reputable institutions in our country, and fraudsters are using them and bringing them in disrepute. So these fraudsters go ahead and forge correspondences which show this is a correspondence from the Office of the President, this is a correspondence from NRM, this is a correspondence from Parliament, and they also even go ahead and create fake websites that bear national symbols and logos, and they use these to hoodwink the unsuspecting potential investors that there exist these lucrative government contracts that they can apply for and that can be awarded to them, yet there is actually no such contract.
Otiom confirmed that the four falsely claimed affiliation with the President's office as members of the Special Contracts Committee.
Now, besides purporting to act for government, these fraudsters are also very smart. They use lawyers. So in the transaction, you'll always find a lawyer juxtaposition with the fraudsters. So to give the investors comfort, they will tell the investor We will not take your money directly. You pay the money through a law firm. We need you to take that money to a law firm to register a company, because to transact in Uganda, you need to have a Ugandan registered company. And that's how the fraud happens. So using a lawyer, in other places, lawyers are straight people. And once you put lawyers to them, they have some comfort, which then makes them feel the transaction is a legitimate one. They also use government premises. These fraudsters are very smart. For example, they will go to a place like Kingdom Kampala, which is a private building, but which has some government premises which are housed there. And they will hire a room in that premise and purport that that premise they have hired is part of a government facility.
He added that the units have received several similar complaints from victims defrauded by people posing as government officials.
Where an American company called KG Unlimited was defrauded of 2.2 billion Uganda shillings in a purported procurement of water plants for the Ministry of Agriculture. And this matter involved, this fraud was largely perpetrated through a law firm called Bloom Advocates. And this matter is in court. And one of the suspects in that case is Mr. Balonde Mudavid, who also happens to be a chairperson of the Kampala District Land Board. And some of these people leverage, some of these fraudsters leverage the other positions they have. For example, this gentleman has a government vehicle assigned to him with a police escort, which he uses. So when the investor is being received at the airport and is being received by our counter-terrorism police with the government vehicle escorting him, it gives him that confidence that probably he's in the right transaction. Other cases include another one involving a South African company called Vateco Company Limited, which lost $1.4 million in a procurement, purported procurement to supply generators to the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development. And this was reported to us in March 2024. We have other cases, like another one involving another Turkish company called Ganakuzu Construction Company, which lost $3.8 million in a procurement for a purported procurement to construct hospitals across the country, purportedly under the NRM Special Contracts Committee. Another South African company, Air Options Pty Limited, lost $1.7 million, which is about 3.6 billion, in a fake procurement to supply and install air conditioners for the ministry. Technical evidence, we have been trying to be very thorough to look at CCTV footage and other pieces of evidence we can piece, other pieces of technical evidence we can piece from various devices involved in these transactions. And we have been able to present some cases to the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, which have gone on to court.
These fraudsters often use fake government connections and claim to have offices in legitimate institutes, including banks and government buildings. Meanwhile, State House Anti-Corruption Unit is searching for Sechide Godfrey Lubowa, who allegedly impersonated himself as Major General Samuel Chiwanuka Lubowa and defrauded Sadil Company Limited in Kenya of over $19,700.
This time we received a report before the targeted foreign company had actually paid any money. And this case again involved a Turkish company, which is represented by Mr. Farkan Gumran, who is seated right beside us, and his company is Cyrus Blue Chemical Manufacturing Limited, whom the criminals had intended to defraud of $4.9 million in a fictitious supply of AdBlue solution. Mr. Furkan will tell us what AdBlue solution is, to the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development. So once he was referred to us, we asked him, we would want to urge the other foreign investors who may have doubts in the transactions they are carrying out to be like Mr. Farkan, to reach out to our unit. Our unit runs a 24-hour call center that operates 7 days of the week and can be reached on 0800 500 202, or for those who may prefer the WhatsApp channel, they can be reached on 0778 202 500. Now, they can also contact our sister agency, the sister unit, which is the State House Investors Protection Unit, on info@statehousinvest.go.ug, or also reach them on WhatsApp on 0764 001 244. Now, we also want to urge anyone out there, and this is why we are putting this gentleman out here. This is a grand racket, and we have been having challenges in our investigations because it happens after, and we have failed to get them while they're in the act. And most of the time we have to work.
According to State House and Corruption Unit records, over $100 has been defrauded by investors in various reported cases, though prosecution is sometimes challenging.
This is when the money has been lost becomes hard, because for the foreign national who is affected, his primary interest is recovering his money, which in most cases these very criminals use to actually skip the country for some time and go and live on that money they have stolen in other jurisdictions out of the country as they try to scam other people. And also sometimes to investigate these cases, you need the victim to come. We would want to urge the other foreign investors who may have doubts in the transactions they are carrying out to be like Mr. Farkan, to reach out to our unit. Our unit runs a 24-hour call center that operates 7 days of the week and can be reached on 0800 500 202, or for those who may prefer the WhatsApp channel, they can be reached on 0778 202 500. Now, they can also contact our sister agency, the sister unit, which is the State House Investors Protection Unit, on info@statehousinvest.go.ug, or also reach them on WhatsApp on 0764 001 244. Now, we also want to urge anyone out there, and this is why we are putting this gentleman out here. This is a grand racket, and we have been having challenges in our investigations because it happens after, and we have failed to get them while they're in the act. And most of the time we have to work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.